Yo, yo, yo. Wait, so I went to the hospital again. Not the hospital, to urgent care because the fistula closed up and it started causing a huge, blister. And he had to cut it open. The resident 5 a.m. proctologist and to drain it, and then totally fine. And it's been draining, all right since then. But today it was a bit uncomfortable and I was forcing myself to sit down. I didn't really want to sit down and do the work which I had to do, but I did it anyway. I'm really happy about what I did, though. I don't know whether it's just something that's been, it was supposed to be done on Monday, and I've gotten, a good portion of the way through it, and now it's Saturday. And I might have it finished on Sunday, prepared for the Monday next week. That was supposed to be the Monday this week. Anyway. So I think all of that, my body was telling me, you gotta move, you gotta walk. But I was with my brain telling it, no, shut up. I want to sit down right here, and I want to sit right on the tunnel opening so that the skin touches itself and it closes up, because I'm a bright guy. Because, sometimes, well, no, too many times, my mind overrides my body and I get into these situations like this. A lot of me just wanted to take the day in and just take the day off as it's Saturday. But that side lost. Anyway, so I got to go to urgent care to get it cut off and stuff. And what I wanted to mention is, it's so tiring, all this, because I've got loads of antibiotics that they keep giving me that I don't take. Because the point is there won't be any pus forming if there's no bacteria to make it, right? Or to have the body make it to get them out or whatever. But the way that I see the whole thing is that this is a process where, with the Crohn's, I'm getting constant all body inflammation and breakdown of tissue because I've actually got to get over a lot of built up tissue. So I'm going to pause it here because I'm embarrassed. There we go. So yeah, a lot of built up tissue from living too long in a lie. We're talking about at least a year and a half, if not a lot longer. And new things are coming up, which I've been building myself up for, and they're going to be broken down. So this aggressive breakdown arrangement, I'm all for it, but damn, it's tiring. Sometimes you want to break from it. And so I'm considering taking these antibiotics, particularly as the frequency is pretty high right now, 2 times in 1 week. But also I know that if I'm just walking around and if I'm more in the spirit and more listening to my body, it will be able to, arrange itself and get this stuff out. Because all that fistula is an extra channel that it's made to help get waste out. They say that the issue is that there's an infection in the channel and therefore you produce loads of pus and it's really bad and you can get an abscess and stuff. I guess maybe I think it's more like if you are breaking down tissue and detoxifying at the same time, because the bacteria that are breaking down that tissue have to use corrosive toxic stuff to rip and break and digest this stuff out, and then they die and then they become toxic, and then they make their way all the way down the digestive tract. The digestive tract is getting them out, squeezing them out, and it finally arrives at the rectum area. And so if it's going to go into this new channel that the rectum has formed, it's going to be the most toxic sludge that your body produces for the most part. So if you're going to get any kind of abscess anywhere, I guess it would be there, right? I just don't think that because what it is a structure that's formed. It's not a bad thing. It's just a structure. Just if you were to pierce your ears or whatever, man. So yeah, it's not the issue. It's what the hell else is going on is the issue. So so I'm not really that angry over it. I'm not really that upset about it. Obviously, sucks that it's uncomfortable. Sucks that it's pushing me to like walk and get around and use my legs and sometimes I even got to do like push-ups and stuff to get all the blood flowing because the blood like will pool around that area somewhat. And but that's just basically pushing me to be like more human in the way of like to get out of the training that I've had and the person that I am of being highly sedentary, desperately sedentary. Like, oh my goodness, I think I've spent 99.9% of my life sedentary and happily, and it's not something I want to change really. But I got to, I guess, or I would just suffer more. And I think I can be creative around it, because yeah, I mean, lying down isn't sedentary as much as sitting down, so I could do more lying down. I'm on a course to work as a butcher, so I'll be doing a lot of standing up there. Linux Torvald, he has a standing desk. Why can't I get a standing desk situation? Like some kind of augmented glasses stuff, talking to Jarvis. I don't know. So far, all I know is to be sedentary. Learned it from my mom, learned it from my dad. And I suppose that is part of what has to go. And I can't really imagine a life with that gone. You could look at my brother. My brother is quite active, non-sedentary person, ADHD type. His life is pretty chaotic. Pretty strong guy, I guess. I don't know if I would like that. I'd prefer to just be sedentary, if I'm honest. Don't know. I guess this is why people go on pilgrimages and stuff. Keep moving. Well, I'm going to go to a pilgrimage to the urgent center, and then I'm going to go on a pilgrimage back here, and see how it goes. I'm going to shut off early. It's like 6:30 now, so I'm going to leave now because I got quite a bit of weight on me in terms of stuff I have. I don't like walking without being loaded. I like walking while being loaded because then each step is a real good push. When you're walking unloaded, it sucks. It's so boring. You're so slow. Anyway, so I'm going to load up. I might visit the my storage locker because there's always something I want to get, and then I always get there and I never get it. But I'll probably not get anything. I don't really need anything from there. I just paid it, which is good. And I got to pay it again in a couple weeks. And I got a payment coming in to pay that. But then I've also got 2 phone bills and €7 on the Google Cloud, which I spent accidentally. So that's like, well, the phone bill's going to pay in the next few days, and I already have the money for that. So it's the other phone bill. So that's €10 plus the €17, and I'm going to get €70, and the rent is €58. So really, we'll see. Anyway, this is a bit of just jimmer jammer. I'm just procrastinating walking to the urgent care place. I could actually call up the Helicópteros Sanitarios, and they could take me in their ambulance and have me treated. But then I'd have to like get a bus back, and I'd have to take all my stuff. Better just take it now and walk. I might not get my proctologist that has seen me twice now, but whatever. And do I start taking the antibiotics or not? Do I give myself a good old blast? The last time I took antibiotics, it was not that bad, not gonna lie. It wasn't that bad. I had a lot of yogurt when I came out of it, and it helped a lot. It helped make life a bit more manageable for a little bit. They also gave me like really the good stuff, So I was on the good stuff and the antibiotics. So I don't know which one was more. But it's just a calming down situation. It's not really a mending situation. Would it be nice if it calmed down? I guess it just doesn't really matter. It can be violent and ravaging. It just doesn't really matter. Either way, I'm gonna do all the things that I do. I'm either gonna be in pain, and I'm gonna walk around in pain. Maybe take a paracetamol if the pain is too unbearable. Um, you know, if I can't sit, if I can sit, then I'll sit and do my computer work. If I can't sit, then I just won't sit because I can't sit. If it closes up, I go to a place and get it opened again. And if it's freaking oozing all over the place, well, put the gauze on there and continue my daily life. Just take, just whatever. Like nothing stops, nothing changes. It's just, I feel like it slows it down what it's trying to do if I take the antibiotics. And I could see that what it's trying to do is inconvenience my life, but I also see that what it's trying to do is, process and get something out. However, if I remember back to my previous condition, and that required surgery, and there's no coming out of it alive, I ought to keep that in mind. But I'm very open to any surgery. The issue is there's a high recurrence rate where you get it again. So if I'm able to process as much as I can and let as much get out as possible, now before I get the surgery, that's better for everyone. So that's the way I see it. So yeah. I gotta head off there now. Here I go. Alright. I'm gonna have these biscuits. I've had this whole bloody tub. I'm so hungry. I'm not really hungry. But like my body is hungry, but my stomach isn't really hungry. But my whole body is just like dying for food. I just can't stop thinking about food. It might be like sleep deprivation, but gosh, just want to eat all the time. Like, jeez. Anyway, let's have how painful is it to sit? Not too bad yet. Not too bad yet. It's much better to go at 5 a.m. because you get seen immediately. But I don't want to wait till then. And I've pretty much done all I wanted to do today on the computer, so good to go now.